So, professors and academics, have you ever watched a webinar, attended a workshop or a masterclass, or purchased a digital course from a business expert? And did their advice feel a bit unaligned for you? Like, their tips are great, they obviously work, but they don't take into account that you are a full-time academic and you actually enjoy your job. Like, your goal isn't to leave your academic career and pursue your business full-time. Well, at least not yet. You just want a little extra income to travel more in the summer, not have to teach in the summer, like me, pay off some debt, maybe eat out more often, outsource things like home cleaning or your taxes, or just live a more lavish lifestyle than your academic salary can afford you. And the strategies that are being taught by these business experts require more consistent time and energy than we actually have to give on an academic schedule. And that's where they lose me. As a full-time lecturer, I have to find time to work on my business, like within the confines of the ebbs and flows of an academic calendar. Like first week of classes, midterm, time to grade, serving on committees, random responsibilities, and last-minute meetings that pop up out of nowhere to take your time. These are times when I'm not able to be consistent in my business at all. However, as you know, there are also some serious lulls in the academic calendar where you feel like, oh, I can breathe a little bit. My students are off busy over here. I have a little break. I have a little time to devote to my business now. And for me, that's when I go all in. I like spend the whole weekend working on my business because I'm super excited that I have the time to actually spend some time with my business and move my business forward. So that means that I have to follow business strategies that actually work with my academic schedule. So if you haven't met me yet, I'm Dr. Toyin Ali. I have a PhD in math. I'm a senior lecturer at a university, and I also run a six-figure business called the Academic Society. And I've been able to grow that business while teaching 12 hours every single semester and working as a full-time academic. How? Well, I've made my business semester-proof, and I actually help other academic entrepreneurs do the exact same thing. So in this video, I'm sharing 3 general pieces of business advice that I hear from business experts all the time that I just ignore. I literally cannot follow them as an academic. So I'm going to share these 3 and I want you to see, do you resonate with this as well? Like, are these 3 business tips unrealistic for you and your business as an academic? All right, so number 1. They always say to constantly create consistent content and share it on all of the platforms. I reject this. I do not have the time or the energy to post content daily on multiple platforms. In fact, I've actually tried this and my business did not grow. It did not help my business grow at all. In fact, I actually was like so upset about this that I spent a full year and created a super nerdy spreadsheet where I tracked all of my business stats and all of my followings and how many people like my posts and all of that. And guess what I found? I got 0 sales from social media. Literally all of my sales came from my email newsletter and my YouTube channel. So why was I spending time creating content anywhere else when those things didn't actually work for me and my business? So if you want all of those details, I dive deep in like what makes my business work and not work in my free video series, Plan Your Semester-Proof Business This Weekend. So I'll put a link in the description for you to check it out. Okay, so after all of that research, here's what I do recommend for academic entrepreneurs to grow your business instead of posting consistent content on all of the platforms. Number 1, I actually think you only need 2 platforms max, maybe even just 1. So you need one place for authority, like building your authority to show that you are the expert in the thing that you're talking about and helping people with. And number 2, a place to grow your community so people can get to know you. And those 2 places can be one and the same. Right? So for me, my authority building platform is YouTube. This is where I share all of the things that I've learned and how I help other people. And then my community building, that's my email newsletter. That's where people get to know me more. So if you haven't signed up for something of mine, definitely sign up to get my emails. Also, as academic entrepreneurs, I recommend focusing on quality content, not the quantity of your content. And honestly, what I kind of find is that the more content you post, the more your audience is tricked into believing that you are helping them with your free content and that you've given them all that that you need to give them, and they can just take the free content that you've given them and see the full results of what you offer. We know that's not true. We know that people need to work with us one-on-one or work in our programs or take our course to get the full transformation. But when you create a lot of content, it kind of tricks people to think that, oh, I got it. I've learned everything I need to know from her. So I definitely recommend less is more. And we can deep dive on that topic another day. But yeah, quality content over a quantity, a lot of content. Also, I recommend choosing a content creation style that excites you. Like, what medium are you excited to share in? For me, it's video. I love being on video. I love sharing what I know through video, looking at the camera in the room by myself. That's what I love to do. But for you, it may be writing, or maybe it's going live, so you don't have to actually do a script or anything. Or maybe it's your voice, like a podcast, or maybe it's speaking engagements, maybe it's workshops. So what is your medium that excites you? Do that for your content. And I know sometimes when I say semester-proof business and running a business on autopilot, a lot of people think it means I do nothing in my business. I actually do work on my business. Not everything is run automatically. However, my business is set up in a way so that when I don't have time to work on it, my business is doing the work for me. But I still do show up for my business when I'm able to. So my next tip is, when you feel motivated and excited to work on your business, go all in. You can create the regular content, you can post, you can do all of the things when you feel motivated to it. Honestly, that energy, it will show. It will show in your content if you were I don't feel like doing this, but let me throw something up. No one will connect with it. But if you're excited, motivated, so ready to share everything you have to share, people are like, oh yeah, this person's excited. I resonate with this. Let me let me follow. Let me see what this person is all about. Let me go to their website, So when you are feeling in that zone, motivated, excited, go for it. Do all you can for your business, as long as you really feel like you can put your all in it at that time. And then when you don't have the energy, that's where the systems and automations come in. That's where the outsourcing comes in, so your business can consistently run for you when you're in those times in the semester where it's just draining. And also, I have a YouTube video on how to grow your business without social media. So I break down 3 ways that you can experience business growth without posting on social media always. So to recap, I reject consistently posting content on all of the platforms. That doesn't work for me and my business. All right, here's my next piece of business advice that I've received that I also do not follow. I've learned, when I first started my business, I kept hearing, you need to grow your audience. You need to build know, like, and trust. You need to grow your audience before you start selling. Let me tell you, I tried that, growing my audience first, and then making the transition to sell to them. And what happened? I made $0. For 2 years, I made no money because I had conditioned my audience to expect value from me for free. And then all of a sudden I'm charging. They're like, this is not what she used to do. So I actually recommend having an offer first. What are you offering people? How can you help people? How can you be of service to people and actually charge money for that? So your audience already knows, when I'm ready, I know where to go to actually get a real transformation. And I actually believe having an offer and an actual sales strategy is the best way to grow your audience. You can do them at the same time. You don't have to grow your audience first and then sell to them later. Start selling, and the content that you create to sell is going to be valuable for people. And so people are going to want to follow you, and people are going to bookmark you for a later date, or they might be ready now. So wouldn't that be awful? Is you're creating all this content and your audience is like, man, I wish I could work with her one-on-one, and you don't have any offers available for them. You got to be ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. So the other thing that I love about having an offer first before you start creating content regularly is that having that offer gives your content a purpose. Where are you leading people to? When people see your content, is that just it, the end of the cycle? Is there a link for them to click? Are they going to your website? Are they going to a PDF? Are they going to a Google Doc? You can literally just have a Google Doc with your services and people can click through to it. It doesn't have to be complicated at all. But when you know what you're offering, You can create a sales strategy, and that sales strategy will include content that gets people to like perk up and want to learn about what you're offering. It gives you a focus and it motivates you to actually create this content. And it gives you a clear call to action so your people know where to go after consuming your content and how to work with you. Also, you don't need a big audience to start making sales. So the building the audience first, you don't have to do that. Like I mentioned, you can build and make sales at the same time. So you probably do need some feedback though, so here's my recommendation. Just interview 5 people that would be perfect clients for you. Don't pitch them your offer, just say, hey, I really want to help people like you. I would love to hear what you're struggling with so I can create something that can specifically help people like you. And so that way you get 5 people on a Zoom call, ask them about what they're struggling with, ask them about what it would look like if their problem was solved, how they want to be helped, and that can help you figure out how to talk about what you're offering people in your content, in your sales strategy. It like gives you the messaging. You get the words from those people. It's super helpful. It's super valuable. And that's what I always tell my clients to do first. Okay, now the value in interviewing these people is you've helped them for free and you've listened to them. They feel heard and they feel supported now. So they're gonna go off and talk to other people like them and be like, you know who was helpful? Toyin was super helpful. I was struggling in figuring out like where to start with like getting sales in my business. I was struggling in figuring out like how to lead people from my content to making a sale. And Toyin, she has a map. She has a roadmap. I need to tell everybody like me to go find Toyin, and so they can refer people to you. And maybe eventually they may decide to work with you as well. So that's my recommendation. Okay, the final piece of advice, business advice that I've gotten that led me astray was build your brand first. Like building like a quality brand. Like what do you stand for? What is the essence of your brand? And when you're first starting, you think, okay, my brand. What is my business name? What does my logo look like? What does my website look like? So when I first started, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out what's a nice, catchy business name. And I spent a lot of time in Canva or PicMonkey at the time trying to design a cute logo. And I spent lots and lots of time trying to build the perfect website. And guess what? All of those things changed multiple times. I guarantee you the first business name, logo, and website that you choose will not be the last. So why waste time on something that will change? Guaranteed to change, really. Okay, so here's what I recommend instead. Just spend time getting to know who you want to help, how you will help them, and how they speak about what they need help with. Those 3 things. Just find those 3 things first. That will do more for you than having a website, than having a cute logo, than having a fancy, catchy business name. What that will do for you is help you nail your niche, master your messaging, which is so important, and perfectly position your offer. And that's actually my 3-part secret sauce for selling online and on autopilot that I teach in my Sales on Autopilot workshop. So if you are an academic and you already have a business and you're like, okay, well, how can I start making more sales during a busy semester? Like, how do I not let my business revenue drop when the semester begins? Right? So if you're interested in making sales on autopilot, definitely check out my Sales on Autopilot workshop for academic entrepreneurs. I walk you through my 3-part secret sauce for selling online and on autopilot. I teach you how to create content that converts that you don't have to post daily. And I teach you a really easy $9 tech stack to make all of the things like work together, all the systems and automation. So if you already have a business, definitely check that out at drtoyinali.com/SOA, and I'll put the link in the description of this video. Now, if you are just getting started, maybe you have the business idea, you're out there, but things haven't started rolling. Maybe you want to get started for free. So I do have a free video series called Plan Your Semester-Proof Business This Weekend. And in that series, I walk through how I built my 6-figure business and how I made a semester-proof business for myself. And if you sign up for that, on day 2, I'll send you an email with a priority list. And this priority list tells you what academic entrepreneurs should be working on right now to prioritize and optimize sales versus the list that they can like put on the back burner, like the business tasks that don't really matter right now that you can get to after you started making money in your business. And so I'll put a link for that in the description of this video as well. So I would love to know, what kind of business advice have you received that you just really don't resonate with, that just doesn't work for your academic career and your academic schedule? And also, let's get a list going in the comments. Which business strategies have worked for you and which ones have not worked for you? I would love to know. All right, thank you so much for watching this video. All of the information you need, all of the links are going to be in the description of this video. If you like this video, I would love if you gave it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to this channel where I'll share more tips, more advice on how to operate a semester-proof business, how to manage your time while running your business and being a full-time academic, as well as opportunities to work with me one-on-one and in a workshop setting. Okay, thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.